How is it going? And welcome to Wemyss Bay railway station and ferry terminal, where I will be taking a trip all the way to Rothesay on the Isle of Bute. This Category A listed railway station opened in 1865, but the station was completely rebuilt in 1903 to accommodate the large number of passengers. A key feature of the design is use of curves to ease the flow of passengers. The same principle was applied at Glasgow Central Station, which was rebuilt about the same time. The pier was designed so that several quays for the paddle steamers and boats could be accommodated with different quays for different destinations. Although the ferry now only goes to Rothesay, Wemyss Bay used to have regular sailings to Largs and Millport, as well as day trips further afield. Our ferry today for the 35-minute crossing is the MV Argyll, operated by Caledonian MacBrain. She was built by Remontowa in Gdansk in Poland and came into service on the 16th of May 2007. The crossing was very comfortable, and we waited patiently for our queue to disembark the ferry for our arrival into Rothesay, which is the largest and principal town on the Isle of Bute. Rothesay Castle has been described as one of the most remarkable in Scotland for its long history dating back to the beginning of the 13th century and its unusual circular plan. The castle comprises a huge curtain wall strengthened by 4 round towers, together with a 16th century forework, the whole surrounded by a broad moat. Built by the Stuart family, it survived Norse attacks to become a royal residence. Though falling into ruin after the 17th century, the castle was repaired by the Marquess of Bute before passing into state care in the 20th century. Rothesay was the county town in the civil parish of Rothesay, which was located in the former county of Bute. The county historically included the islands of Great Cumbrae, Little Cumbrae and Arran. Rothesay Town Hall and county buildings overlook the castle. Some of the buildings have fallen into disrepair, but some others have a new lease of life, such as this one, which is now a carpet shop.
One thing Rothesay is known for is for its Esplanade, which offers stunning views of the Cowal Peninsula, and also behind me either the MV Bute or MV Argyll. I'm not sure which one it is, but the views are absolutely stunning.
I can hear all shouting Esplanade. However, this long and sweeping seafront, which cradles the romantic Rothesay Bay, helped make Rothesay become a very popular tourist destination in Victorian times.
I'd love to spend a little bit more time here, but I've got somewhere to go for 1:30, so better get back to the car.
I will be heading to Mount Stuart, which is a stunning country manor house, approximately a 10-15 minute drive from Rothesay.
I made it with a few minutes to spare, folks. Here I am at Mount Stuart, which is the seat of the Stuart family since 1157, and all their descendants can be traced back to Robert the Bruce.
Mount Stuart's major features include the colonnaded marble hall at the centre of the main block and the marble chapel, which has an elaborate spired tower, which is the tallest part of the building. The two earlier wings, in a strikingly different style, survive. They are much smaller in scale, have Georgian-style sash windows, and are painted white. The house holds the Bute Collection, a private collection of artwork and artefacts. The collection also houses archives, books, furniture and silverwork reflecting the interests of the Bute family's various generations, including 25,000 books on topics including theology, botany, agricultural and Scottish history and literature. In April 2016, it was announced that a Shakespeare first folio had been discovered in the house's library. Mount Stuart House is a country house built in the Gothic Revival style and the ancestral home of the Marquess of Bute. It was designed by Sir Robert Rowand Anderson for the third Marquess in the late 1870s, replacing an earlier house by Alexander McGill, which burnt down in 1877.
I was a little bit cautious about filming inside the house. I didn't know if they had any restrictions regarding photography and recording. They do have one restriction, it's no flash photography. That's totally understandable, but they're very happy for you to come around with a camcorder, GoPro, as long as you don't disturb other people's enjoyment of the house. So they're happy for filming inside. I prepaid my ticket. It cost me £24, so it's £20 for the house and garden, and it's £4 for visitor parking. I have to admit, the house is absolutely stunning inside. The gardens are well kept. It's a self-guided tour. But what they have a very dedicated and passionate team inside the house, in every single room. They're a very friendly bunch. So if you have any questions or any queries about any of the artifacts or any of the rooms, don't be afraid to approach them. And sometimes they actually come up and talk to you as well, so they're very friendly. Another thing just to bear in mind is the gift shop and the cafe seem to take contactless payments only, so just bear that in mind. But yeah, I mean, when I booked the ticket, I thought a little bit pricey, but I do think £24 is actually worth it. So I totally recommend it. If it's your first time on the Isle of Bute, come visit it, and you'll see why it is one of the top rated attractions on the island. I think I spent a little bit too much time in Mount Stuart than I was supposed to, but it's quite a big place and it's totally enjoyable anyway. So I think it's best for me now to go to my hotel and check in, and I'll see you when I get there. Welcome to the Cadillac Customs Hotel here in Rothesay. Let me give you a tour. First impressions, it's very red. And also, as the name of the hotel suggests, this seems to be a tribute to the humble but brilliant Cadillac. Quite a small room, but very well decorated. As you see down here, we have a vanity mirror, desk, storage. You can put your makeup, do a bit of work. Up along here, we have information about checking in, checking out. More information about the hotel. I like the way it's just done in a Cadillac owner's manual sort of style, which is pretty cool. We do have a small television, but I'm not going to be watching much television, to be fair. I love these blinds. They kind of remind me of garage shutters. See, rolling up, and you just get a fantastic view over the Cowell Peninsula. Weather seems to have cleared up a small bit. Weather can change very quickly in these parts, but you have to admit, the view is absolutely spot on. As views goes, yes, this is quite good. I mean, it comes well stocked. You got your teas, coffees, you got your kettle, you got your mugs, you got a Marilyn Monroe lamp. Love the way the clock is like a hood cap. Very well done. It's very clean. Even though it's a small room, it actually makes good use of the space. You don't feel claustrophobic, and in here we have the bathroom. Pretty clean. Very functional. Love the shower. a lovely rainfall shower. It comes stocked with shampoo, conditioner, shower gel by the looks of it. Also you got your soaps, mirror. I mean, for a hotel room, this is all what you really need, to be fair. But the bed looks absolutely comfy. So yeah, as hotel rooms goes, this is quite pleasing. And again, another view of those beautiful hills. You can see there's a few boats out as well. Oh well. I think I've spent enough time already in here. I think I'm ready to go out again. The Cadillac Customs Hotel is actually listed being in Rothesay, but really it seems to be in between Rothesay and another village called Port Bannatyne. I mean, it's not far away from Rothesay. It's probably going to be around a 10-minute walk. But as you can see behind me, the weather's cleared up quite a bit. It's actually quite pleasant. The people at the hotel also told me that the restaurants and cafes can get quite busy in Rothesay. So it's probably best to go get dinner before 7 o'clock. Because I was told if you leave it after 7 o'clock, you might go hungry for the night. And I definitely don't want that. Don't know how well you can see in the background, but if you can see it, there's a big imposing building overlooking the water, and it's got a grey brown appearance. It's an absolutely magnificent building, and it's called the Glenburn Hotel, and it was the very first spa in Scotland. Back in the day, outdoor swimming pools were very popular along coastal towns in Scotland. And this just seems to be the ruins of one here in Rothesay. I can only assume it just looks like one of these outdoor pools, but just let me know in the comments. This just might give us a clue. Seems like an entrance to something. We've got a coat of arms up at the top. Not to say that it was one, but definitely something was here. But this building looks a bit familiar. As you can see, there's a few boats. Parked up along the side. And here we go. Welcome to the Isle of Bute Sailing Club. And you can see them all lined up down there, all with the covers on to protect them from the elements. Nice of the sun to pop out as well. It's actually turned out to be quite a pleasant evening. But yeah, that was a 10-15 minute walk from the hotel into town, so that ain't too bad. Just like a lot of other towns, there's a lot of benches along the waterfront here, and of course they are memorials to departed loved ones and neighbours and friends. Well, you don't see many of these anymore. But does it still work? It's clean. Why? Seems switched on. It's time to remove this paying phone. Oh dear. Not enough people use it. But yeah, that's certainly a blast from the past. Back in the day, before package holidays to Tenerife and Benidorm, people from Glasgow and pretty much quite a lot of the central belt of Scotland would come down the water, as the old expression goes. So what they would do, they would catch a boat, probably an old paddle steamer, sail down the Clyde, and this place, Rothesay, was one of the places where they would used to go and spend their holiday. Rothesay used to have loads of hotels. It was a booming tourist spot before the package holiday revolution really took hold in the UK. There's still quite a few hotels, restaurants to keep this place going, but it's certainly not as busy as it once was. A famous hotel here in Rothesay is the Victoria Hotel, and as you can see right outside its front entrance, you've got those two Victorian lampposts which say Rothesay Victoria Hotel. And not far away from the ferry port and terminal, you have the Isle of Bute Discovery Centre, which is the main tourist hub here on the island. This appears to be the commemoration of the 60th anniversary of VE and VJ Day. I think that statue there is actually the War Memorial here in Rothesay. And as you can see, you've got the dates of the First World War and the Second. One of the strange but odd tourist attractions here in Rothesay is the Victorian toilets. How come a toilet is actually a tourist attraction? Well, wait till you see. Because it just looks like it hasn't changed. I'm just had to be very careful as I go in here. Don't want to disturb anyone. Aye, coast seems to be clear. Have a look. Look at these. The old urinals. See even some of the old sinks as well. And there you go, you have pictures of what it used to look like years ago. And we have another famous old name from the past, still going strong today, the Esplanade Hotel, Bar and Restaurant. Off the boat, you'll soon see Rothesay Castle. It's only a short walk away. So we just walk past the trees. You just might be able to see the walls of it in the background. But it's only a short hop, skip and a jump. Zavaroni is a name with a massive association with Rothesay. A young girl by the name of Lena Zavaroni grew up in Rothesay, and who later on, at the age of 10, she was the youngest singer to ever have a top 10 album in the UK album charts. But hey ma, he's making eyes at me. It's actually quite quiet for the time of year. We're at the beginning of the summer season here, and it just doesn't seem to be a lot of people about, sadly. We'll be passing the ferry terminal. But yeah, I'm getting a little bit hungry now, so I think I'm just going to go find something to eat. I'll speak to you later. Right, that's me fed and watered. Right, just turning off the waterfront in Bute, and we're now going down a wee side street. And we're going to go to the main street of Rothesay. And we've got 3 of my favourite shops here. One here is simply beautiful. It's a great place to get all these knickknacks, especially your hand soaps. It's a great place to get gifts and some souvenirs. So it's helped me out in the past quite a bit for gifts and presents. Here is one of the most popular places in Rothesay. It is the Electric Bakery, and believe you me, that place is popular. It's busy, and wait till you see it. It gets absolutely rammed. And just further up here, you have the Spirit of Bute, and they do their own gin liqueurs and various other drinks as well, so it's quite good. Now we're just coming down the main street here, and we're going to be approaching Rothesay Castle, which is just around the corner here. Oh, it's a bit. That's a real shame, because usually Rothesay's quite clean. Don't know if it's just the seagulls who've pulled it out, but you can see the bins are quite full anyway, so oh well. Come on folks, pick up your litter. And you see we have 3 bells here, and this bell came from St. Brendan's Church, built in 1889, donated by George Hanson Limited. Again, another old church bell. And we see more information about the Stuarts and beyond. The Victorian Revival, or Revival, is it? Revival, aye. Royal residence, and the early beginnings. Of possibly that wonderful castle right there. I'm going to wrap it here from Rothesay Castle. Got a busy day tomorrow, so I'll see you all in the morning.